our Arduino is basically this little motherboard here that I have hooked up to a bunch of stuff, and basically you hook it up to a computer, and there's a program on the computer that you basically put a bunch of commands into it. So at the moment I am running sound reactive LED.
Hi, my name's Maddox, and I'm going to tell you how circuits work. So this is a simple circuit. We have the positive going through here and the negative going through here. Basically, the negative is what powers the light, and the positive is the leftover energy that goes from the light through here up to here to basically recycle it.
My name is Michael, and this is what I've learned while working on my Arduino project. We've learned about different electronical components, such as resistors, which are used to keep too many electrons from flooding and frying your components. Standard batteries, which is used to deliver power and such. Potentiometers to adjust voltage to regulate things like brightness, and LEDs for lights, of course, and then a sound sensor which picks up sound when wired up to your circuit, and then of course just a button as well.
The basics of Ohm's law is that if you flood a circuit with too much power, it'll heat up and end up damaging your components. In order to calculate Ohm's law, you need to first take your amount of voltage, then you want to divide it by 0.15 or 0.015, sorry. And then you get the amount of resistance that you need. So they make charts like this to help you figure out what resistance you need. So each one of these bands corresponds to a color. That color will tell you what you have to do in order to find the resistance. So for this specific circuit, we need a resistor of 600 in order to keep this 9-volt battery from heating up this LED too much.
The Arduino code dictates the input outputs. So like pin 7 is the input, and pin 7's right here on the Arduino, and that's where the signal comes through, and I have to wire it up to the breadboard, and then it powers on the lights and runs through the code.
I'm Paige, and this is the first program we learned to use for our Arduino project. It's Blink, and it works for the light, and then this turns it on for 1,000 milliseconds, and this turns it off for 1,000 milliseconds, and that's how we make it blink.
Hi, I'm Drew, and this is the software that we use. It's called Sound Reactive LED. Basically, what it is it's a little bit more on the complicated side, something other than like Blink per se, which is a more simpler software. But what this does is basically it takes this kit here. You have your sound input. Basically, this is the sensor. So when this detects sound, this blinks. And so in here, you have your input, your output. This right here, the Boolean, this actually determines whether or not, so if it detects sound, then it blinks. If it doesn't, then it doesn't blink. Delay, how long it stays on, and how bright it is, and then where it goes out. That's the output right there.
So Arduino is an open source software that works on Arduino microcontrollers. It is basically an open source, means it's free and available to anyone, but you shouldn't do anything illegal on it because, that's illegal. And basically always give credit to the developers of it. Never do anything illegal though.
Arduino, what I liked about this project is how we can make the lights come on to different components and hooking it up to the computer and being able to actually make it go to noise, and I never knew these existed other than this. It's pretty cool.